All right. This is Elder Rufus here at Straightway Georgia. I believe this one's going on YouTube. But let me say this, man. I'm actually making this video kind of with a little bit of a heavy heart. Because it just hurts me and it pains me. And I know some of y'all tripping like, man, Elder did 2 videos in a day. What is going on? I'm hoping it's not a trend, but we will find out. But the nature of this video, I'm driving, so bear with me with my head turning and all that, y'all. The nature of this video is because I just got a video that really disturbed me. And it's actually a video about some farmers, black farmers, have you minded. And they did a video, and in the video they talked about all the stuff that these farmers have done and how they've blessed the community and you know, really pushed agricultural to the blacks in the area that they in and everything. But at the end of the video, I heard that they were in need of funds. So now we're back to another GoFundMe for black folk. We're back to another GoFundMe for Israel. All right. And the reason being that they need the money is because they got to relocate. Right now, I'm not sitting here acting like I know all the ins and outs of it, but listening to them, because this is something that they put out or somebody put out for them. I don't know. Putting out this level of advertisement to get people to give to help them relocate their farms. So I'm thinking about them like, whoa, why would you have to relocate a farm? If you're following the model that's been put before you, called Straightway, Pastor Dow, you own the land, right? You own the land, so nobody can make you leave the land no matter what. So, and I started to really process everything and think about it, you guys, that, you know, the only reason they can make you get off of land like that is because you were leasing the land. Believe it or not, I know this from being from Indiana and dealing with farmers and the automotive industry that I was in and stuff, that a lot of farmers lease the land that they have. Not a majority own, but there are some that the land that they're growing their crops on, they don't own it. Another person does. So they let you come, they own the land, they let you come and you pay them to grow off of their land. And of course, you paying them money and they're probably getting a bunch of your crops for free because you're using their land to make your living. Hallelujah. But that really just hurt me to hear that about these Israelites or these brothers down here farming, and no matter what done happen, I don't know what happened, I don't know, but now they got to relocate. So now we have to call on the benevolence of Israel and the black folk to try to help you out and get you to relocate to another location. Now, one thing I don't know, but I'm hoping, is that wherever they relocate to, I hope they own that land. I hope they do, because it would be like putting money into a bag with holes if these individuals are putting themselves right back in the same situation and scenario they were in before, to only have the system put the boot to their tail again. Meaning, go down there, find another spot, and lease another spot. You know, I remember when the community first started in Straightway, Georgia. I do. And I remember we had to start off by leasing a home, right? A bunch of families came together. We were trying to save money to buy land. And our lease had ended. And we lived there another 6 months after the lease ended. And the wicked landlord got to a point where he said, you know what? I want you guys out. And the main reason he wanted us out, it wasn't that we were ever late. We actually added value. We fixed a bunch of stuff in his home for him because, you know, that's just what we do. We weren't going to live with it that way. And but he had found some Hispanics to come in and lease it out, and of course pay twice as much as we was going to pay. So that's what the whole thing was about, money. It's always about money, right? So, but I remember talking to Pastor Dow at the time, because, you know, we didn't have enough money saved at the time to go out and just buy a bunch of land. And I said, Pastor, and he probably won't me to share this, but I'm going to share it anyways. I said, Pastor, you know, I can go look for us somewhere else temporarily. And he said, man, I'm not finna put the Israelites, the serious-minded Israelites, which you guys are here in Georgia, I'm not finna put you under that tyranny and under that oppression and the foot of the system. These wicked landlords trying to rule over you. Nope. He said, go look for land, Elder. We just gonna get it done. Don't worry about it. And henceforth, you have Straightway Georgia. Hallelujah. But that's a man practicing what he preaches right there. That's a man practicing what he preaches. So some of you just got in on how Straightway Georgia came about. Hallelujah. But at the end of the day, I think it's just sad, and I'm hoping, I don't know, like I said before, I don't know if these brothers are going to put themselves right back in that same situation. But just from having some knowledge of what's, of certain things that go on in the world, it sounds like the thing is pretty much government funded anyways to me. Because I know the government will give you all kind of money towards agriculture. Again, I'm from Indiana, where agriculture is huge. The University of Purdue, that's their specialty, is agriculture. And that's one of the biggest universities we have in the state of Indiana, next to Indiana University. Hallelujah. But agriculture is huge there. So I know a little bit about agriculture, right? And but I've learned more coming into the faith, of course. So it sounds like there's a lot of government money maybe coming in, because once you start setting up all these programs and mentorships and all that, and you have a 501c3 or one of these EIN numbers, they will give you grants to go to do that stuff. And I would wish that the men out there would be more wise in their doings. Oh, my bad, sister. I came too far. I'm so sorry. Should let that sister in. Talking to y'all, wasn't paying attention. But I would wish that we were wiser, and if you're gonna go that route, at least take that money to get to the point where you could save it, and then now you got money to buy your own land, so that you could get off from up under the tyranny of this oppressive system, and not be so comfortable in the conveniences that they put forth for you. I heard about this situation, and I said, you know what? It's just sad. It's just sad, because Pastor Dow been out here for decades, almost 3 decades, y'all, almost 3 decades, preaching and yelling and screaming and crying out, sparing not, trying to tell our people how to get free, how to truly come out of her. But because of pride and haughtiness and just flat out envy and jealousy, black folk, Negroes, just is not going to listen. They not going to listen. They so prideful, so haughty in spirit, that they just refuse to submit. Now, here's the funny thing. You will submit to the system, or what the world calls the white man, right? You'll submit yourself fully to them, while they all the time got their foot on your neck, holding you back from ever having anything. Instead of submitting yourself to a righteous man like Pastor Dow, submitting yourself to the Straightway Truth Ministry, to where everything that he's doing is to get you free. It is a microcosm of what I see in the world today. You got this low, and I've been saying this a lot, and I'm gonna keep saying, you got this low base culture that we live in. And everything about this culture over here, this European, Roman, whatever you want to call it, everything about this culture leads to death. Every single thing about it leads to death. And that's what's going on in this scenario. This system is eventually going to kill you and make you have to start over, relocate, do this, do that, right? Never getting ahead, never really truly getting ahead. But then you got the Hebrew culture, the real true way, the way you read about in Acts chapter 2, Acts chapter 4, where we pool all of our resources together and we have all things common, and we truly come out of her and don't look to use the systems of this world to advance. Because it's fine if it's a benefit that can help you advance, that you don't have to get in bed with, where they're going to restrict what you do. You understanding what I'm saying? And I'm saying like this: Social Security, you've earned that. It's due to you. Veterans benefits, you've earned that. It's due to you. Ain't no restriction on that. You're going to get it to me or you're not. You see what I'm saying? But getting these 501c3s and all this kind of stuff, what you going to do with a 501c3? You ain't finna have that and preach Israel. You ain't finna have that 501c3 and talk against the Gayfords and all them people out here, because you can't. You can't, because you flat out restricted. But I think it's just sad that the black men of this world and in Israel, per se, they just won't submit. They so haughty, they so envious, and they so jealous, they so prideful that they'll look right at Pastor Dow, the humblest man I've ever met, the humblest man, the most meek brother I have ever met in my life, that would not only show you how to do it, 100% would support you financially in doing it if he knew you had the right spirit on you. Because his whole desire and goal is to get free. It's to get free and to get you free. Because he's been free for almost 30 years. It just hurt my heart. When I saw that video, man, and I watched that video, it just hurt my heart. Because now you got years. I don't know how long them brothers been farming down there. But you got years and years and years of work that's going to have to be relocated, restart over. Man, anybody know just a basic move? You got a 3-4 bedroom house that you got to move. You know how hard that is. So imagine having a farm, 40, 50 acres, whatever they got. Imagine having a farm that you got to move. Man, that is crazy. So they're calling on the people to give money. They're calling on the people to give her their time because they need people to come break down these all this equipment, all these things that they've built and everything. Man, now we'd have been doing it the right way, the biblical way. Nobody would have been able to say nothing to them because the land would have been theirs and they would have owned that land. So who would have been to come in and tell them, "Oh, you got to leave and we need an agreement," and no, you know? And I don't know what happened. All I heard in the video, there's something about the agreement is not good anymore or something. I don't know. Telling me there's an agreement means that you were leasing, you didn't own it. You were renting, you didn't own it. And it's just sad. I'm telling you, it's just sad. Renting is good temporarily. But man, it should not be the state that we in. It should not be the state that we're looking to be in. We should be looking to be in the state of owning. Now, in this wicked world, do you ever truly own it? Well, we already know the answers to that. We do. But I would much rather be in a position where I done paid and all I owe is taxes on that thing, these wicked taxes that they talk about, than for them to be telling me it's theirs and I got to go. And I've been in that situation when the wicked landlord came. You got to get out. You didn't pay your rent on time. You ain't done nothing wrong, but he want to make more money. He want to make more money. It's commerce to these boogers, man. That's it. It's all about the money. And we take on the same attitude, the same spirit that these wicked folk that we claim to be trying to get away from, that they take. We go after the money. We keep pressing to make more money. All the while putting ourselves up under the hand and the wicked rule of this system. Man, it just hurts. I ain't even gonna lie. Listening to it, I don't get no joy out of hearing what I heard in that video today. I don't. Because I have a desire for all of Israel to be free. I really do. And this is why we do what we do. This is why we sacrifice the way we sacrifice. This is why we follow a righteous man like Pastor Dow. We watch the leadership of Straightway. And we follow the things that they do. Why? Because they work. 30 years. And I know a lot of you out there, a lot of you bookers that spy on our liberties, y'all are waiting on the day for Straightway to go down. You waiting. Oh, Straightway gonna have their day. They gonna have their day. Wow. Close to 3 decades in ministry. And they got almost 25 years on that land. Like over 20, I know that. On that land. What the government waiting on? I'm asking you, Mr. Spying on Our Liberty, Miss Spying on Our Liberty, what the government waiting on? All these crazy, wild, ridiculous accusations y'all thought against Pastor Down, if he was a tenth of that, they'd have been shut Straightway down. No, it's a bunch of lies. And at the end of the day, we're doing a good work for the Most High Yah. And this system can't do shit to him. They can't touch the Most High Yah's work because it's a good work. And people know it. But because they haughty and because they prideful, they full of envy and jealousy, they won't submit. They won't lay at his feet and say, man, teach us what you know so we can help other people get here. Right? Teach us what you know. A man been sacrificing almost 3 decades. No salary. No salary. We a ministry with no employees and nobody makes a salary. I bet the world will go crazy to hear some stuff like that. How you gonna have a ministry and the pastor don't make no money? And the elders don't make no money? The secretaries don't make no money? Because it's a ministry for Yah. Period, point blank. I didn't see Jesus W-2s. I didn't see him. I didn't see the apostles W-2s. I didn't see him. Didn't hear nothing about him. It ain't about that. Everything that comes in, it's temporal anyways, but it's to get you to a point where we can make it into the kingdom, get the right mindset, and have some inheritance to leave for your children's children, like the book tell us to do. All the while teaching you this holy, righteous, life-infusing culture called being a Hebrew Israelite. The real Hebrew Israelites. Not this fake stuff that people out here wearing on their names and their outfits and stuff. No. Actually going out, doing the work so you can show people what your faith is truly all about. That's doing. So, man, I wanted to do this video, man. I'm going to get off here. I've been on here long enough. I wanted to do it because I ain't going to lie, it hurt my heart. It actually hurt me to hear about this story. And then the more and more I process it, I'm praying. I'm really hoping that they're not going to go back and put themselves right back in the same situation so the same thing can happen to them again. I'm hoping that they put a lot of that money aside and they can actually go own the land and not have to ever worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Have to ever worry about the restrictions